Thanks, Chair, and also thanks for Professor Yang to offer me this opportunity. Actually, after this is the final session, and after all our guest speakers and also other speakers will talk about the result and the methodology, I felt that it's like 5 minutes to me is enough. So I'm thinking, how can I define my topic? Actually, I think maybe I'm a different role, and basically I'm a business person. So I will talk about the service provider, how we can control the quality, and what's the problem, typical problem in this kind of research. And also I try to communicate a little bit about the topic like religions study in China. How we can do network in that community, and especially will not conflict too much with the government intention, and how we shape our image as a role to do this kind of a study. So maybe that's will give you more sense about our role and our understanding of the job. And why, when we do some research result, which is, the angle is different with some paper wrote by the PhD student or scholars here. So where's this one? Yeah. What happened? First, we'll talk about the methodology. In these 2 days, we already talked something about like missing data, and we'll talk about some people concerned about what kind of way we can connect with research. Basically, our sampling way is called the multi-stage sampling way. The multi-stage way is basically we divide the whole country into different areas, and based on the criteria of the GDP level and the population size of each place. So we selected some of these places from the 7 administrative areas in China, and then within each area we can sample out a specific number of the cities, larger size city, medium and small size city, and also county. And for each county, for each city and all the counties, and we're using the residence committee or the village committee as a primary sampling unit. So our primary sampling unit is the residence committee or the village committee. And among the village committee or the residence committee, because we have the number for each household, so we randomly sample out which household will be interviewed. And among the family members of each household, we're using the latest, the closest birthday way to figure out who will be interviewed. So basically, we use this way to figure out the specific persons who will be interviewed. Actually, in China, the way compared to the situation in the United States is quite different, because not every household with a fixed phone. So that's why we're still using face-to-face interview way to do the study. What's the typical problem during the whole research? I think that basically I will try to talk about 4 things. First, is the result of this interview will reflect the actual number existing in the society, which means, for example, someone report they believe Christianity or believing God is really reflected the actual believer, the number of believers in the society. So actually, we will say this is a kind of self-reported data. Self-reported means someone report they belong to. That doesn't necessarily equal to the actual number. So I think we always need to remember this is so-called self-report data. And actually, today we have the speaker will talk about the missing data. But this discussion is more relevant to the background value. But actually, if we look at these people report, they are believing different things. For many those questions in the questionnaire, especially about relevant to the substantial answers, we do see some other missing data. The missing data will come from somewhere. For example, if you ask the Christians, if the Christians belong to the family fellowship, because underground church, not everybody report and say, I am. Someone will concern. And even when we talk about the topic and questions about religions itself, and people say, well, religions, I don't want to answer. So someone is the fundamental attitude to the study about religions, they still feel reluctant. And so if they find some questions is directly relevant to themselves, they prefer to avoid to give an answer. And also someone Communist Party member, because based on the party constitution, the party members are not allowed to be the member of any systematic church, a systematic religion. So that is why someone, although we do see that there's one speaker will talk about, among the party members, someone still recognizes themselves as some member of a specific religion. But still, someone might be reluctant to answer. Personally, I'm a Communist Party member, and also I'm a Christian. And actually, this is a very interesting topic. Many times, journalists ask me, how can you coordinate this kind of conflict? Because basically, it's based on your party role, party regulation. You cannot be the Christian. If you be the Christian, and then you must be, acquitted from the party. Actually, it's also the dilemma for some party members. So that is why someone will not really answer the result. So because of that reason, I would say overall, we have the underestimation of the member of a specific systematic religion. So this is the first thing I want to say. Second is about migrants. Although this time we cover, if we interview with the household, with the residents or migrants, they will allow to be interviewed. But the problem is that most of the migrants, they live in a specific place. And usually, for example, in Beijing, they will live in a place between the suburb and the central, the downtown area. So that's in that place.